Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to do a package user of CCNA3 version 7, 10.1.5 package user. Use CDP to map a network. Here is the addressing table. There are a lot of information here missing. So what we are going to do is to use CDP to find all this missing information and put them in this addressing table. Objectives: map a network using CDP and SSH remote access. Here's a background scenario. A senior network administrator requires you to map the remote branch office network and discover the name of a recently installed switch that still needs an IP address to be configured. Your task is to create a map of the branch office network. You must record all of the network device names, IP addresses, and the subnet masks, and the physical interfaces interconnecting the network devices, as well as the name of the switch that does not have an IP address. To map the network, you will use SSH for remote access and the Cisco Discovery Protocol, CDP, to discover information about neighboring network devices. Because CDP is a layer 2 protocol, it can be used to discover information about devices that do not have IP address. You will record the gathered information to complete the addressing table and provide a topology diagram of the remote branch of office network. So we have two tasks. One is to use CDP to discover the information missing and complete, and using this gathered information to complete the addressing table. Another task is to provide the topology diagram of the remote branch office network. It's a local remote administrative usernames and passwords are. There's a local network, branch office network. Branch office is here. The local network is this network. On the left side of router H1, I think this is the local network or the internal network. Instruction part 1, use SSH to remotely access network devices. Use admin PC to remotely access the H1 gateway router. Next, from H1 router, you will SSH into the remote branch office. Here's admin PC. We're going to remotely access H1 router by using SSH. And then from H1 to SSH into remote branch office. This starts from admin PC. On the admin PC, open the command prompt. Command prompt. All right, so SSH into the gateway router at this IP address using the username admin01 and password of this. Okay, SSH to H1. Okay, so SSH space -L. It's not 1, it's L here. L is the login. The username admin01. The IP address 192.168.1.1. Password is capital S3, CRE7, capital T, @55. Okay, so now we're on H1. We can work on H1 now from admin PC. Because we remotely access to H1 already from admin PC. So notice that you are placed directly into privilege, the executive mode. This is because the admin01 user account is set to privilege level 15. This is privilege, the executive mode. Host name followed by the pound sign. C, use the show IP interface brief and show interfaces command to document the H1 router's physical interfaces, IP addresses, and the subnet masks in the addressing table. Okay, remember C, part 1. We go to the addressing table. We need to find the missing information of each one and put the information in this table, addressing table. So I'm going to use view to split window split. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, we're at C, part 1, C. Use IP address, IP interface brave. Okay, show IP interface brave. So here there are two interfaces are on. One is G00. Here's the IP address. Status up, protocol up, right? Another interface S000. Here's the IP address, up. So look at this addressing table, G00, all the information are here, recorded already. So the information about interface S000 are missing. IP address is here, so we can copy this IP address to this form, right? So 209.165.200.5. There's IP address, but the subnet mask is not here. So we need to use command show interfaces to get the subnet mask. Here's a G00. Here's a G00 IP address. Okay, it's the same 168.1.1/24. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. It's recorded already. So we need to find the S000. There's more information, space. Okay, it's here. S000. Here's the IP address. We got it, 200.5/30. So we know the subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. Okay. So we finished all the information of H1 router. H1 is router, okay. So here on the right column, local interface and the connected neighbor. This column, like S1, S1 is one of the neighbors of H1 router. So look at the topology. S1 is one of the neighbor of H1 router. So H1 has two interfaces connected to neighbors. Another neighbor is ISP. Okay, so we can start a little bit. 1941, the topology. All right, so H1, and because we are doing the mapping, so I put M. S is S1, okay. This one is here. M. And another neighbor of H1, okay. Here, H1. Another is router 2. Router, because ISP is connected. Serial link is supposed to be router. ISP M. Okay. So H1 has two neighbors. One is S1, one is ISP. So we can get a link later. So we finish H1. So from H1, use SSH to access the remote branch office at this IP address with the username branch admin and the same password as above. So we only know the IP address of the remote branch office, but we don't know the host name. All right, so SSH space -L branch and main 209.165.200.10. Password the same one as 3CRE755. S3CRE7 capital P at 5. Okay, we got it. So we get an edge branch. Edge branch. So the next remote office, remote branch office is branch. The host name is branch. Okay, so here, after connecting to the remote branch office, what keys of previously missing information can now be added to the addressing table above? What is the missing information? Missing information is the host name, branch edge. So we put a host name here, branch edge. Okay. So next. Part 2. Part 2, use CDP to discover neighboring devices. All right, so yeah, same thing, show IP interface, brave, and the show interfaces command to document the branch edge, routers, network interfaces, IP address, subnet mask, and missing information to the addressing table to map the network. All right, so here is show IP interface brave. Yeah, there are two interfaces. One is G00. Here's the IP address, status up, protocol up. Another interface S001 IP address here, up. Okay, so branch edge has two interfaces. All right, another interface S001 is here, 209. The 210 is here. Okay, another interface is G00. Okay, G00 interface is this one. Okay, so 192.168.3.249. So now we need to find out the subnet mask. So use the show interfaces. Interfaces, okay. Both. Here's the G00. Here's the IP address of G00, 249/29/29. Okay, 29/29 IP subnet mask is 255.255.255.248. And S00, we need to find, okay, S00 space S00 is here. S001, okay, IP address is here. Okay, 210//30. Okay, /30, subnet mask 255.255.255.252. Okay, so okay, one of the branch edge's neighbor is ISP. So branch edge has another neighbor we need to figure out. Space. So we need to use CDP to find out the neighbor. So next is this one we finished. Okay, interface brave. Okay, so B, security-based practice recommends only running CDP when needed. So CDP may need to be turned on. Use the show CDP command to display its status. So to show its show CDP. So here, say the CDP is not enabled. So we need to enable the CDP first. So you need to turn on CDP, but it is a good idea to only broadcast the CDP information to internal network devices and not to external networks. To do this, turn on the CDP protocol and then disable CDP on the S001 interface. Okay, so here branch edge has two interfaces. S001 is connecting the internet's external network. Okay, because this IP address is 209 is a public address. So it is connecting the external network. And G00 IP address is 192. So from this IP address, we can tell it is a private address. It is connecting the internal network. So we need to disable the CDP on this interface S001. Only let the CDP to broadcast information to the internal network. So configure terminal. CDP run. This command CDP run is to turn on CDP on the router. And interface S001. No CDP enable. No CDP enable on this interface is CDP is disabled on the interface S001. So we need to go back to the privileged executive mode. So now we can use CDP to find a neighbor, show CDP neighbor command to find the neighboring network devices. Show CDP neighbor. All right, so CDP will only show connected Cisco devices that are also run CDP. Yeah, is there a neighboring network devices? Look at here. Yes, there's a neighbor. Oh no, it doesn't show up yet. It's, yeah, it takes some time. Yeah, come out now. Oh, yes, here. Yes, there's a neighboring network device. And what type of device? What type of is capability? We have to look at the capability. Is R. Under capability, it shows R. The capability code, R is router. So the neighbor is a router, branch firewall is a router. And what is the name? What is its name? The name is branch firewall. The neighbor's name is called branch firewall. On what interface is it connected? So look at here, there are two interfaces. One is G00 under the local interface. Another G00 under the port ID. These two interfaces, the differences between them are, look at the local interface. We are currently on the branch edge. So the local interface is the interface that are on the branch edge. So this interface G00 under the local interface is on the branch edge side, on branch edge. And the port ID G00 is the interface on the neighbor side, on the neighbor branch firewall. So this G00 interface is on branch firewall. So we answered this question. Is the device IP address listed? No. So record the information in the addressing table. Okay. So here is G00 branch firewall. Is branch edge is another neighbor. G00 branch firewall. Okay, so now we know branch firewall. Branch firewall is a router. Okay, we can add one. M for mapping. Okay, so, and there's a branch edge. Branch edge. Branch edge is a router too. Branch edge is router. Branch edge. Okay. So we find the file name. Where are we? Interesting table. Okay, you may take some time. List it. Neighbor. Take some time. Update. Okay. Yeah, we can ignore it. The output comes out. To find the IP address of the neighboring device, use a show CDP neighbors detail. Okay, we need to find the neighbor's IP address. All right, so show CDP neighbor detail. So CDP detail, okay. This is the device ID. It's the neighbor's device host name. IP address is here. So branch firewall's IP address is here. Branch firewall. We add to here. Branch firewall. IP address is 192.168.3.253. Okay, that is firewall's IP address we find. And what, aside from the neighboring device IP address, what other piece of potentially sensitive information is listed? Look at the information listed here. Cisco ISO is a version, ISO version software. Here is version 15.1. Okay, so this ISO version is a vulnerability of operating system for the threat actor. So this information version iOS version is a piece of potentially sensitive information here. And now, next, now you know the IP address of neighbor device connected to it. So we find the firewall's IP address, so we can SSH into branch firewall. Okay, so connected to it with SSH in order to discover other devices that may be its neighbors. So to connect with SSH, use the same remote branch office username and password. Okay, let's go. SSH to branch firewall. SSH L branch admin. Here the IP address is the firewall's IP address. Firewall's IP address is here. Okay, then the password, same one, S3CRE7P at Wi-Fi. Yeah, okay, now we're on branch firewall. We're on branch firewall. So you're remotely connected to the next neighbor. Use show this one. We still use show IP interface brave to find the IP address and subnet mask. Show IP interface brave. All right, so firewall has two interfaces are on. One is G00. This is IP address 192.168.3.253 is this one, same as this one. So the interface is G00. G00. No. G00. Okay. And another interface is G01. G01, and the IP address is this one. All right, so it's 192.168.4.129. All right, so this is the branch firewall's two interfaces connecting to neighbors. All right, so we still need to find the subnet mask. So show interfaces. There's a G00 IP address is here, 253/253/29. All right. So 29 is 255.255.255.248. So how about this one? G01. G01 is here. G01. G01. And IP address 129/25. Okay, /25. /25. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.128. Okay, we need to find firewalls to neighbors. So we need to use the CDP neighbor, show CDP neighbor. Oh yeah, here there's a question. So after successfully connecting with SSH, what does the command prompt show? Shows the firewall, branch firewall. And that is the answer. All right, G. So show CDP neighbor. All right, so firewall has two neighbors. One is SWBR floor 2. One is branch edge. Branch edge is where the firewall come from. Okay, so SW is the switch. So this neighbor is a switch. BR is branch floor 2. Okay, here capability is S. S is switch. This capability code, and the branch edge is router. Okay, edge, the S is 2960. The router is 1900. All right, so branch floor 2, branch edge is router. Okay, here, branch edge, where it's come from. So the next, the firewall's neighbor is a switch. So let's add a switch, 2960. Is W, SW, SWBR branch, floor 2, M. Okay. So has two neighbor. We put this information in the addressing table. So here, this IP address, or this interface, G01, G00, is local interface. So these two interfaces are on the firewall side. Firewall is a local. The firewall's neighbors interface is on the port ID side. This is port ID, under the port ID. So here's the G00 is on the floor 2. G00 is on the edge branch, branch edge. So here, G00 is branch edge. Okay, yes, here, the branch edge is G00. G00 branch edge. Another is G01. G01 is the floor 2. G01. SW, BR, floor 2, okay. Long, not perfect reason. All right, so what type of network device network devices neighbor? Okay, what type of network devices neighbor this device? Has two neighbor. One is switch, one is router. This is SWBR floor 2 is a switch. Branch edge is a router. Okay. To record any newly discovered devices in the addressing table, we did it. Include the host name, interface, and IP address, we did it. So next, continue discovering new network devices using SSH. And I think we're right? See here. Yes. Eventually, SSH and show CDP commands, eventually you will reach the end of the network and there will be no more devices to discover. What is the name of the switch that does not have an IP address on the network? Okay, so firewall. Our next is to find the IP address of the neighbor. So show CDP neighbor detail. Floor 2, this is floor 2. The neighbor, one of the neighbor, floor 2, floor 2's IP address. But here. Oh no. Copy this one. Copy floor 2. Okay, floor 2. Floor 2's IP address is here. Floor 2's IP address is 192.168.4.132. So 192.168.4.132. This is okay. It's a switch. Okay, floor 2 is a switch. Another neighbor is branch edge. Branch edge is where the firewall comes from. The IP address 249 is here. Okay. All right. So it's fine. So we can use SSH to get to floor 2. So we finished all the information branch firewall. Okay, so now we can SSH to floor 2. So SSH-L branch and main. Okay, the IP address of floor 2 is here. This one. 120.132. Okay, so let's go to same IP, same password is 7. That's 55. Okay, now we get on floor 2 now. So let's go to find what interfaces are on. So show IP interface brief. All right. Okay, so only one is VLAN, interface VLAN, IP address 192.168.4.132. It's the same one, this one. So this IP address is associated with a virtual interface, not a physical interface. So an IP address has two options. One is to associate it with a physical interface. or associated to a virtual interface. Here, this one is associated with the virtual interface. So the VLAN 1, the interface is VLAN 1, okay? And we need to find the subnet mask to show interface VLAN 1. Okay, VLAN 1 is up. Okay, VLAN 1 is up. And this is the IP address 132/25. /25, that means the IP subnet mask is 255.255.255.128. So what is the neighbor? Okay, let's go to neighbor, show CDP neighbor. So floor 2 has three neighbors physically connected. So there's a G02, G01, F024. So floor 2 has 4 interfaces are on. One is virtual interface and 3 physical interface. So let me copy this one. So 4 interfaces. Right here. Okay. So this local interface is the interface on the floor 2, and this port ID, the interface is on the neighbor side. So let me write here, G02. Next is G01. Next is F025. F025. All right. So G02 on the floor 2, the neighbor is G02 as well. And the neighbor's name is floor 1, is WBR floor 1. Okay, so G02. So it's floor 1. G01 is G01. The neighbor is G01 too. The G01 is branch firewall. Okay. G01 branch firewall. G01 branch firewall. Here, branch firewall G01 to G01 floor 2. Yes, just opposite. Invert. Okay, here F024. The neighbor is 024.2 as well, floor 3. F024 is floor 3. Okay. So find the neighbor's IP address. So show CDP neighbor detail. So here, floor 1. Okay, here one of the neighbor is floor 1. Floor 1, no IP address. Floor 1 is switch, no IP address. So here, branch. Floor 1 is switch. Floor 3 is switch. Okay, so floor 1, no IP address. So branch firewall, yeah, the IP address is 129, 129 here. This one is firewall. 129 is here, where the floor come from. And another is floor 3. Floor 3 has IP address. This one. Okay, so let me write Floor 3. Floor 3 has an IP address, is this one. 192.168.4.133. Okay, this is IP address. And also sorry. Okay. But floor 3 still have a physical connection with floor 2. So here is floor 3 as connection is F024. The neighbor is F024. Floor 2. Yeah, this is the physical connection. And later on, I'm going to talk about this IP address, which interface it can associate with. And floor 1. Okay, floor 1. Floor 1 has a physical interface, physical connection with floor 2, which is G02. Right, G02 with G02 floor 1 with floor 2. Okay, all right. So let's go to, we find the floor 3's IP address, so we can SSH to floor 3. This floor 2 has only one IP address on the VLAN 1, no other IP address on the physical interfaces. We go to SSH to floor 3, SSH -L branch admin. So this IP address is floor 3, 192.168.4.133. Okay, password the same as 3 CRE 7P at 55. Valid. Again, S3 CRE 7P at 55. Okay, so floor 3 doesn't accept this password. So now floor 1 doesn't have no IP address, and no IP address. So now we answered the last question. Okay, what is the name of the switch that does not have an IP address on the network? This answer is SWPR floor 1 doesn't have no IP address here. So this IP address on floor 3, because we cannot get on floor 3, so but from this IP address on floor 2, 132, here's a 133, so I can tell these two switches are on the same VLAN. So here is should be the VLAN 1, and floor 1 should have should be VLAN 1 too, but here I say as IB. So switch SVI, switch virtual interface. All right, so we finished this. all the answer, all the question, we find an answer. And let's finish this topology diagram. Row 2 has interface. Okay, is unknown. Or 1 M. Three. Okay. Okay. Right. 3 M mapping. Okay, from here we can tell H1 admin PC, admin PCs here. Okay. 01. Oh, no. Wait a minute. PC M. Okay. All right. So let's do here reference. Admin PC is a 5 F0 F05. So here F05. And from G01, G00. Here's the G01, G00. Okay, G00. Okay, now look at here, G00 to the S1. G0. So S00 to the ISP. So here, no serial link. Okay, let's add. We need to add the serial link here. Okay. No. So S00. Oh no. Here. Add a serial link. All right. So here is S00 to S000 ISP. So S00 to S00. Right. So branch age S01 to S01 ISP. S001 to S001 to S001. Okay. So from edge branch to the firewall is G00, G00. So G00 to G00. And from firewall to floor 2 is G00, G00. The physical connection, G00. Switch, floor 2 is switch, firewall is the router. So use this. Branch firewall is G01 to G01. Physical G01. Okay, physical connection. And from floor 2 to floor 1 is G0 to floor 2 to G01 is G02. Floor 2 to floor 1 is G02 to G02. G02 to G02. And from floor 2 to firewall. Floor to firewall, we connected already. So floor 2 to floor 3 is F024 to F024. 024 F to F024. Okay, so we finished the topology diagram, and also you can add all these IP address here. But here there's a VLAN on floor 2. So VLAN 1 is here. VLAN 1 IP address here. IP address. You need to put an IP address with VLAN 1. And the floor 2, there's a VLAN 1 too. Yeah, VLAN 3, floor 3 has a VLAN. And floor 1 supposed to have the VLAN 2, but we cannot get on floor 3. These 3 switches supposed to form a layer 2 network, and you can check the spanning tree to find out. Okay, we finished all these questions. This will complete this addressing table and the topology diagram. So we were done. And thank you for watching my video. These packages are used CDP to map a network. If you like my video, thumbs up, and subscribe my channel and share with your friends. Thank you, and see you next time.